Welcome to Uncle's channel. Thanks for watching today, and I finally had a chance to really dive into the Nintendo Switch 2, and I decided to test out how long can the battery last if you're playing the launch title for the game, Mario Kart World, at its pretty much max performance. What I mean by max performance is just simply turning the brightness all the way up and just enjoying the game itself and all of its features. Now, I'm not going to make you stick around to the end to really get the answer here. I'll go ahead and tell you it's 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 22 seconds, which is pretty light on the playtime there. I mean, for a battery to last just barely over 2 hours with the launch title, that's a little bit disappointing. However, I'm going to go through the entire video today and I'm going to talk about some of my Switch 2 discoveries as I went through the experience and pretty much, the overall. And also, with a little bonus here, can you beat Mario Kart World and get the credits to roll within that 2 hours and 28 minutes time frame? Because we were coming pretty close, and we're going to see if we actually make it in the video. Now, obviously, I, of course, started the console up here, made sure it was 100% charged, and once it was 100% charged, I unplugged it. And then, of course, I just gamed around the house a little bit. I gamed on the couch for a while. One of my discoveries while gaming on the couch, your very first experience playing the Switch, is I noticed that the controllers are just a little bit uncomfortable. And let me dive into a little bit more of what I mean by that. On first inspection, they feel really great, but the way I hold a console anyway is I put my pinky finger under the bottom of it as sort of like extra base on it. And for the Switch 1, wasn't a problem. But the Switch 2 has this little grip at the bottom that aligns literally perfectly with my pinky finger and just like digs into my pinky. I know it's a really small complaint, and most people probably don't even hold the Switch the same way that I do. But if you hold it the way I do and you have your pinky at the base for like a I don't know, just a little bit extra stability, you're going to get a hole dug into your pinky finger, and it's going to get old pretty fast. After a while of playing on the couch, I decided to venture out and play on the porch for a while. Played on the porch. Lalo was, of course, helping me off to the side. And then came back in. I discovered my favorite way to play the Switch. The Switch screen is actually a little bit larger than the Switch 1, about an inch overall, and or diagonal anyway. And so if you play it in tabletop mode here, it looks absolutely fantastic. The big screen just really pops that way. And when you play it on tabletop, and the original Switch, it was a little bit too small to like fully enjoy. I feel like I am fully enjoying the Switch 2 in tabletop mode here. I just simply play with the Joy-Cons, one in each hand, continued journeying my way through Mario Kart. And as I was going through it, I kept noticing like the battery's getting lower and lower. I unlocked a special cup in Mario Kart. It's going through the very last race. I was like, am I going to make it? Am I going to finish the game in itself within the original time frame of the battery? And the credits didn't begin to roll, but sadly the credits could not roll all the way to finish Mario Kart World in the allotted time period of the battery life. Now, I will make a little caveat here. I did play the free roam for a little bit, accomplished a few missions, and if you took that out and you just simply did just a tour, I think you could finish it within the allotted time frame with the battery dying. However, if you do want to play around a little bit, have a little bit of free roam, explore some of the features, you're not going to hardly make it, but you're going to come pretty darn close. But overall, 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 22 seconds for the battery life of the Switch 2. Finally shuts down and back on the charger as we speak. Now, I don't know, 2 hours and 28 minutes and 22 seconds for a first party game that was the launch title for the system. That feels a little bit not so great to me. I feel like Mario Kart probably should have been a little bit better optimized, maybe 3-4 hours on the system. I know they said the Switch can last from 2 hours to 6 hours, depending on like the game that you're playing, but I just sort of assumed that Mario Kart World here would probably be somewhere in the middle instead of at the max capacity, because as I was playing the game, it certainly did not feel like a max capacity game. And obviously you can change the brightness and things like that, make it last a little bit longer. But I don't know, 2 hours, 28 minutes, 22 seconds is the official runtime of the Switch 2 with Mario Kart World. But if you tested it out, which games are you playing on the Switch 2? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check my other videos listed up above, and go out there, find a great game to play. Simply have a great rest of the day.